Now, we have seen women drinking in public sometimes while they are pregnant, but here's a new twist to this. Women who drink alcohol while pregnant could face criminal charges. That is the view of the Deputy Social Development Minister, Deputy Minister Hendrietta Bogopane-Zulu. She says it's the leading source of non-genetic developmental as well as intellectual disability disorder. Let's speak to the Deputy Minister now ahead of the International Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorders Awareness Day, which comes up shortly. A very good morning to you, Deputy Minister, and thank you for your time. First of all, let's talk about the fetal alcohol disability syndrome. What exactly is that? What are the symptoms?
Good morning, Tammy, and the viewers of ETV. I think we need to start by demystifying the language. You know, when you say fetal alcohol syndrome, it kind of like sounds very fancy. We must just get simple. Children who are born drunk. That's all. Because I think that's when we will take an opportunity to reflect. The symptoms are straightforward: a small head, underweight, shorter than normal, the intellectual disability, behavior problems, the inability to learn, as well as recognition. Sometimes it's hearing and visual impairment, and it is the dysfunctioning of the nervous system, coordination, memory. The list is very long.
And how prevalent are these disorders as far as children being born, as you say, using your words, born drunk?
A lot. I mean, for the World Health Organization, our statistics have not been going down for the past 15 years. They've actually been going up. We are sitting now, I wouldn't have the exact figures, but we are sitting at 31% of children born annually that has FAS. Now, honestly, a child with FAS, we need to get a school, we need to get a grant. That's 2,700 per child. We need to provide a center that will look after the child, depending, because it's a spectrum, depending on what part of the spectrum this child is. Some of us, we call them vegetables. They get bullied at school. You are stupid, you are what, you are what. And this is 100% preventable. And all that needs to happen to prevent it, women must stop drinking when they are pregnant.
Are you talking about completely stop drinking, or is there a healthy amount of alcohol that women can actually consume while they're pregnant?
No amount of alcohol is safe for a pregnant woman. So they must not drink at all. And when they are breastfeeding, they must not drink at all.
I mean, that does make sense, because clearly you're breastfeeding, whatever you are consuming, the infant ends up consuming as well. But what happens, Deputy Minister, and this is an argument that has been actually posed to you, when a woman is pregnant, let's say for the first 3 months, and she doesn't know that she's pregnant and therefore continues drinking, if drinking is indeed part of her lifestyle, are you saying that even that will be criminalized?
Once you find out you are pregnant, let's start with, because South Africans, we don't plan our pregnancies, you know. Very few people that actually plan. The pregnancy just happened. The day that you find out that you are pregnant, stop. Maybe God would show you grace that your child has not consumed alcohol. And yes, if you use alcohol and you give birth to a child of FAS and you knowingly have been drinking alcohol, it's a crime. And I must be honest, Tammy, this might be me talking, but for the past 9 years that I've done, communities are calling for women to be criminalized, for FAS to be criminalized. I'm just the vessel, as I do the community dialogues, to pass on the message coming from the communities. And for a fact, I agree with them.
So if this were to indeed become law and this were to be criminalized, what would be the charges against the woman?
Child neglect and child abuse. Those are straightforward charges. And I say to women, if you choose the bottle, Termination is free, sterilize, because life is about choices. And we've been spending a lot of money, Tammy, in investing in advocacy. And what is painful is that pregnant women themselves, when you engage them, they answer you very rudely. It's my child, so how is it your business? But let's think about the 3 days incident, past 3 days, where a woman locked 5 children in the shack and went to the tavern, and the shack burned, and all those kids are dead. Now, what is the difference between that woman that we are charging with culpable homicide, child abuse and neglect? How is it different to the pregnant women who consciously goes to the tavern and drink? What exactly is the difference? We are trying to protect the child. That is our responsibility as social development.
So, Deputy Minister, before I let you go, yes, this is something that you've said, it's something that you've mentioned. Are you planning on moving this further? Are there going to be further steps in order to really enact this and have this become law?
Because we are busy amending the Children's Act and dealing with a lot of the different chapters, definitely yes. If I can get it done, that's what I want to do.
Well, thank you very much, Deputy Minister, for your time.